Hello everyone and welcome to the first video of many on the Keepers Business Assistance YouTube channel. So this is for the entrepreneurs, the small business owners, and for those who have a really good idea of a product or service that they'd like to monetize or form an organization around. So what's this all about? We'd like to provide information on starting a business. Now, I know this is a really general description, but stick with me and I'll explain more on the next slide. However, this is going to be an area where you guys can come and see educational topics ranging from a variety of things in running, managing, starting a business. So, next is personal assistance through our email. Now, like I said, these are going to be educational topics, and you still may have questions afterwards, and some of them may not necessarily tailor to your specific circumstances. So, we'd like to have a one on one option for you guys if you need it. And next, to make things easier on you. As business owners, you're obviously busy. We want to take away the time and the learning curves and hopefully give a really good explanation on a lot of these topics so you can spend more time on the customers and clients and generating sales. So the topics covered. Now, this is just a really small list. It really explains the versatility of what it takes to be a business owner. And here's just a few topics that we plan on covering. And these are probably going to be, the first videos that are going to roll out. So first is business plans. Now, an interesting stat that I'm sure many of you have heard, but probably didn't really want to hear it or wish you unheard it, is that 50% of startups actually fail within the first couple years of operations. And some of this isn't the owner's fault, but some of it is. And we see that having an organized plan to start off is really helpful. Now, a business plan is essentially a template to follow. You're going to put your product, your company descriptions, your projections down, and that's just a really general sense. Like I said, the next video is going to get a really good in-depth look at a business plan. So if you want to know more about that, then watch that video. Next is gaining clients or customers. So this is a really big selling point that I'm sure a lot of you see. People say, you'll get $1 million next week if you follow this 6 week training plan for $100. And that's fine and well. I'm not bashing anyone, but we don't really aim to do that. We're going to give you guys some free information, some pointers, some tips, some explanations, and some examples of business owners and how they got their first clients and customers. Next is marketing. Now, marketing is really difficult these days because there's so many different channels to reach your audiences to, and identifying these and understanding them is definitely a challenge. This is a huge field, so we're probably going to have multiple videos covering this topic. Then social media. Now, social media relates to marketing quite a bit. They definitely relate, but social media is a lot more. It's a really good way to talk to your customers or clients. It's a good way for them to talk to you, to review your product or service, whether it's good or bad. This can really help you refine and really give your product or service the things that your customer wants, and this helps you a lot. Next is accounting and financials. I'm sure many of you probably fell asleep just reading that line. However, I can't stress enough how important understanding basic accounting principles and financial statements and how they all kind of intermingle together. You really need to understand this because that's the most important part of your business is generating profits. You need to know the cash flows, the balance sheet, the income statement, and certain ratios that play off of these. And this can really give you an advantage of staying on the other side of the 50% so you won't fail. And then plus many more as the need arises. So we don't plan to stop here. Obviously, there's so many more topics to cover, and we really want to cover all of these. And what I mean by the need arises is looking through the comment sections, emails, suggestions from our viewers, and what they want to know about at the time. And hopefully, if it's a suggestion, we can get right on that and release some content so you guys don't have to wait around and it'll be a quick and efficient process. So why are we doing this? I just have a little point here, giving owners organized access to the help they need when they need it. So this was all started because in addition to this, I also run two other businesses on the side. And when I was starting, I was really satisfied because I knew I had this great resource called the internet, and right in front of me, that I could essentially figure out everything I needed. However, when I kind of dove deeper into certain topics, people started expecting that you pay them for the information, and that's okay because this is the consulting business. One of my businesses is based around consulting, so I definitely understand. You have knowledge and you expect people to pay you for that knowledge. However, I was kind of cheap. I didn't really want to spend the money because I wanted to put it all into the business and generate profits. And um, this is kind of why I created this. I felt there's probably a need for a lot of people who are lost in creating a business and really want to and have a really good idea, but they don't have the understanding. So this is pretty much why this was created, and I hope you guys find a lot of help from this. So stay tuned. The next topic should be coming up extremely shortly, probably almost right after this is posted, and that's going to cover business plans much more in depth. So thank you for watching and stay tuned.